a good warm up.
And now you're live, Pete.
Hold on, is it live? I was gonna.
It is live.
Welcome everybody. Good evening. Here from Las Vegas, the AT&T Tribe, Nevada's Living Las Vegas show every Tuesday on YouTube, streamed on Instagram. My name is Pete. Got my co-host here, Yvonne. How's it going, Yvonne?
Good. What a beautiful day today.
Oh yeah, crazy busy May, huh?
Yes. And you know what? We have two guests with us today. We got Shantara and Khahde. How are you guys doing? Khahde, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Okay, so you want to introduce yourselves really quickly? Like how you know me, why did I invite you on the show? Just a quick brief introduction.
Khahde. I'm an electrician, and Yvonne has been able to help us find the home that's right for us.
I'm Shantara, and what he said, we've been working with her for, has it been like 2 weeks now? Maybe. I don't even know because it feels like forever.
Wow.
Yeah, but we just found a home that we like.
That's awesome to hear. You probably felt comfortable though. She showed you the Google reviews.
Yeah, so it's funny. We actually met through a referral. Somebody that I met who I'm a therapist, and he is also a therapist or works in the psychology field. And we were at a birthday party. And I mentioned to the birthday woman that I was still looking for a house. And he was like, did somebody say looking for a house? And he was like, I love my realtor. I'll text her right now. And it was after midnight and she responded and she called me and everything just kind of started from there.
You were awake after midnight?
I just got a text, Pete, and it was like, I think it was
nightclub promoter.
I'm not a nightclub promoter.
Yeah.
No, he texted me just a little bit before midnight.
Wow.
But they were at a party.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They were at a party. And then I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it worked out.
So, this show is all about affordable housing.
That's right.
After 2 weeks, what do you guys think? You think the housing is affordable or not affordable in Vegas?
Oh, it's more of on a tightrope type of situation for us, but it'll just be a little rough for us for it would take a month or two when things start to kind of slow down a bit. Definitely a good long-term investment for us as far as schooling locations for our kids. So we'll definitely try to work through it. But for the most part, though, it's not like overwhelming or anything. So just a few.
I feel like it is affordable. We had a unique situation also, just with like family and, the people in the household. But
let's start with this. How much rent are you paying right now?
Like 24, depending, but around 2,400.
2,400 a month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And going into this process to buy, a property for yourself, what was your ideal amount like that you were willing to pay to be a homeowner?
Mine was a lot higher than his, because I was thinking that we could go like 35, which was not realistic for us. But when we started, I was thinking 35 and you were thinking
like 28, 300, to 3,000.
Okay, so we were from the 28 to the 3,500 range, right?
Right.
Okay, so Cuddy, what is the payment that you're going for right now?
We're trying to solidify a 3175.
Right in the middle.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. So we started from like looking at the first house. Oh my gosh, Pete, we went to this house. The first house that we went in, OMG. You know, on the like the house, it said like, oh, please take off your shoes, right? And then what else was there? Shantara, remember? Like
I know that
were,
was the first thing that threw us off.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the price of that house? You remember?
It was like 450 or something like that.
495
490?
something. It was closer to the 500 range.
It was that first house that we went in, and we're like, why did we take off our shoes? You remember that house?
It felt dirty.
Pete, we went
That's
to
a lot.
this house, and this house was like dirtier than crazy. And
Wasn't
then
even shampooed or anything, carpet
Oh
or
my
no
God,
booties.
literally I felt like why did we take off our shoes? Like it was so bad, Pete. Oh my God. It was horrible.
You
Yeah,
gotta
bro.
give feedback to the
It
agent about
was
that.
hilarious.
I never, you know what? It's hard for me to like give, if the agent's not calling me, I'm not telling them, hey, your feedback is blah, blah, blah.
Oh
You know what I
man,
mean? Yeah. But I mean,
good
like,
stuff.
yeah, so that first house that we went in, I was like, OMG. Like, why did they A, not clean the house, B, put up signs that says, take your shoes off? We thought that, going into this house that is going to be immaculate. You don't think, oh my gosh, it was so bad, Pete. Then
Oh,
the
man.
second house that we went into, it was a nice house, and the kids were all in the car waiting for us to leave.
Wow.
And then we go into the house, we're like, wow, the house is nice. And guess what? All the tubs were in a stand-up
They
position.
were, standing up
Stand up.
on the
There was
wall.
drywall being cut. I mean, it was like, they were like, Yvonne, is this normal?
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking like, what is going on? Like, were they in such like a big rush to like list that property that,
No kidding.
yeah, their stuff is not even fixed, and they were just putting it on the market.
Wait. So I was curious. These are all real sales. Have you shown them any
Resale,
of their?
resale.
Have you shown them the new stuff in the 450s or?
So slowly, Pete.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead. What do we do?
Yeah. What else did you do? Go ahead.
Well, I remember that we really loved the second house. I'll say that, right? It was like both ends of the spectrum. The first house was like instant no. It's like Yvonne was like, what do you think about it? And we were like, no.
Right back out.
And yeah, but the second house was really nice aside from the tubs, and we just needed a lot more like wisdom about things to look for, and and I think the third house story, right?
Yeah, where it fit
Greenhouse,
our
the
basic
greenhouse.
needs.
I think so.
Okay.
So on the
Yeah,
third house,
we
they
saw a
almost
lot.
made an offer. Pete, they almost made an offer on the third house.
Okay.
It was like, first house was like, really, really bad. Second house, they were like, oh, okay, it looks good as long as the tubs are put in and the drywall is restored. Then the third house, they were like, oh, this is like a single story. It has enough bedrooms for the family. They have 6 in the family, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So then we called the listing agent on the third house, and the listing agent was like, well, we already have an offer and we didn't take it. So, and I asked the listing agent, basically in these days, we're always asking for closing costs. We're asking, for commissions, to be paid by the seller. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So I
seller.
asked the listing agent, and she's like, well, I prepped them, but blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. So then Kadi was like, oh, I don't think we're gonna make an offer. Right? What happened there?
Yeah. So do you want to? Because we were gonna go all the way through, right?
Right.
And Yvonne wrote up all this paperwork. And you called me that morning. I remember you called me that morning. You were like, you guys still want to make an offer? We're like, yeah.
On the price. Let's start with the price, okay? Because we haven't talked about the price. The first house that we looked at was like, I can't remember what was the price. Do you remember? Like,
I think it was like $495 or something like that.
Okay, and then the last one, that the third house that you were going to make an offer on, was like, I think it was like the price was like 500,000, right?
Yeah, 497 or something like that. Yeah.
It was a single story, had 4 bedrooms, had a backyard, and it had a covered patio, covering from like one side to the other side. The only thing that I think you didn't like about it was like the cooking, the stove was like in the middle of the island.
Yes.
And it backed up to the railroad tracks, Pete.
It'd be loud there, huh? Sometimes.
Yeah, it could be loud. Yeah. So go ahead. I called you that day and I was like, you ready to write the offer? And you're like,
we say, yep, go ahead, let's do it. And
and I was like, I don't think we can do it, because I sort of reassessed everything with our finances, our spending, our actual spendable income.
I don't think you slept that night, right?
I sure didn't.
It's a life decision, man.
It is. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's a task,
And you guys call the lender, right? And the lender was like, okay, the payment would be how much? Do you remember?
35, 34, something like that. Yeah.
400.
I think so. Yeah, with this house, I don't know if we got that far, because when I spoke to him and I said, hey, Yvonne sent the paperwork, you just have to like check your email and we'll go through and sign it. And he was like, I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I understand. Like, and I think with that one, we just decided to wait. And then he and I had a long talk. It was like, am I rushing at? What do we need to look at? Can we afford this? And then every time it's like, maybe we need to just stop. We just stop. We'll just keep renting. Like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah. And then it came to like, adding some cosmetics to a rental property, and I was like, I feel icky even trying to do that. So it's like,
no. So you guys stop, and then we're like, okay. After you stop, we're like, oh, but what about So I pulled another property because you guys like the area. So I pulled another property in the same neighborhood with a 3-bedroom. And this one was listed by a prominent realtor who only charges 1%. If you don't know who I'm talking about, but I think Pete will know. But anyway, so that property was on the market for like 190 days or something.
A long time, yeah.
A really long time. And the price is the same, Pete. Like the price is basically...
You didn't reduce it.
Huh?
You never reduced it.
Never reduced it. So I spoke to the neighbor, and the neighbor is like, yeah, the gentleman passed away. The wife's trying to sell the house. And they think that price, even the neighbor told me, oh, that price is way too high.
Price is way too high for the townhouse.
No, that house where the driveway was cracked.
Oh.
Driveway was
Driveway.
Oh,
I mean, like that was a big deal, you know.
the carpet was very
And the seller
dingy.
didn't want to perform repairs, huh?
Yeah, and the air was
Like the flooring was bad.
right? If the
Yeah.
parking. Yeah.
There was water damage.
Yeah, there was water damage.
And the price
No.
the same. That's why it was on the market. And Khadee was like, "Oh, you know what? Is that 500,000? We'll make an offer for 450. How about 420? How about right?"
Kept going down.
Kept on going down. $400,000. I bet 400,000. I'll take that.
Like an opposite of an auction.
And then I was like, no, you guys can't buy this house. That's what I said. I said, you will not.
You passed
you will
away.
not buy this.
Yeah, this inspection will probably turn up with something.
I mean, it's too much.
No.
You know, I told them, I said,
Yeah, we
you
would have been pumping it down.
would be like sucked into the house, basically. Yep. So we moved on from that house, Pete.
Yeah, we're after that one.
Okay, so then we saw another house that was like a single story, and like the backyard was just gorgeous, like pavers from the entire backyard was pavers. It was really, really nice. And then was it only a 3-bedroom?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think it was like a bedroom short.
We needed at least 4.
We were trying to go down in price a little bit. And then I said, well, how about a townhome? So I took them to Cadence because originally they were like Green Valley, Spring Valley. So from Green Valley to Spring Valley. And then after Spring Valley, we're like, okay, well, how about Cadence? So
we saw the house with the pool.
Okay.
There was a house with the pool in the back, and the pool was already like gated off.
Oh, that's right. Spring Valley. It was
Spring Valley, yeah.
Okay, so like, it's kind of weird, yeah, Pete. Some of the houses in Spring Valley have no master bedrooms.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we saw 2 of those. The second one in Spring Valley had a primary bedroom upstairs, but and we couldn't get out from the backyard. We had to open the window to climb out.
We had to climb through the window. I remember that.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we did that, and then after that, we found the property with the swimming pool, but like it just wasn't the right thing. But at the end, tell us what happened at the end, you guys.
So we really liked the townhome in Cadence. It had 3 bedrooms. And so we needed an extra one, but it was in our price range. It was like lower, like $395.
So we went from 500 to 395. We kept going down, Pete.
Yeah.
Wow, kept going down.
Because we're trying to match, what they want for a budget, right?
The payment, yeah.
That was the main concern. It was the monthly payment, the mortgage, and because of the how interest rates really affect monthly payments, like we had to take that into account, as well as like utilizing other strategies. Like for a second later on in this journey, he was thinking about borrowing against 401k, but it would have like a 9%. It would have like a 9% interest on that loan itself, and then that would add essentially like $200 more to the mortgage, which would then take these houses out of our price range, further reducing our like overall cost basis. So we've had to think about a lot, pivoting back and forth of how we're going to do this. So we were. It's been an up and down journey, but
so emotional.
yeah. But we've been staying diligent. Like, okay, this feels like the right move to make. So yeah.
So
Yeah,
Pete,
I think
this is interesting because we have to house 3 adults, 3 children,
Six.
Mhm.
1 huge dog, right?
Okay.
yeah.
And a boa constrictor.
Whoa. Wait, you don't have to run that by the HOA, do you?
No, the
Yeah,
HOA
you
is not
don't.
going to know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be inside. We're not going to let the let the boa constrictor out.
We're not gonna let him out. I'm not gonna let him out.
No.
Wait, what's his name anyway?
Uhuru. It means freedom.
Freedom. Okay. What do you feed freedom?
A big rat, but already dead though.
Oh, already dead. Okay. All right. You
Okay.
can always use more of those. Probably could have had one of those pets in Kentucky when I grew up.
Yeah.
Dealt with a bunch of rats.
Wow.
Oh yeah, grab
Has
them.
fear of eating me. Okay, so you got the boa. Okay.
Right,
Boa needs to
so
have a home.
you
We
Freedom
got a
needs a
cat
home.
too.
Oh, and a cat too. So we have
Cat
to
too,
like
okay.
house everybody has to be check. So at the
Check the
end,
boxes.
they were like, Yvonne, is there anything else that we can buy that has a, like a to lower the payment, right? So I was thinking, like, well, I said, did you want to go new and look at new homes?
At first we didn't, but
Yeah, at first,
We wanted no HOA,
right.
Mm.
and yeah, but now we in an HOA. You can't escape it.
Well,
So
I
many in
think
Vegas. So many, man.
you can't escape it. And I think after seeing so many houses and then just being on the up and down of like, what can we afford? When you asked about the new build, it was like,
Screw it.
right.
no, hold on. Before we found a new build, we actually found a good resale, right? That
We
you're
did.
like, oh, this is good, has 4 bedrooms, the bedrooms are large, right?
Yeah.
And then,
We really liked that one too. The neighborhood was nice. And it was in our price range, I think. But the new build had the promotion for the lower interest rate. Yes, and that's where we started with that because it sounded really attractive.
Yeah.
So Pete, they went to see a D.R. Horton house
Okay.
at Maranto Bay. Is it Maranto Bay? No. It's
Symmetry.
Symmetry Bay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got there, before we got there, I told them, hey, you know what? The published rate is 3.99%. But by the time they, got everything done, D.R.
That was
Horton,
like 24 hours.
Hmm?
It was in less than 24 hours that the interest rate changed to like 4.99% or something like that.
Well, when we went in, we didn't know. We just knew that 3.9 was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 hours before we arrived.
2 hours before they arrived, the 3.99 was
What day was this? On a Thursday
on
or
Saturday.
on a Saturday? They just
So the day before, on Friday, I spoke to D.R. Horton rep, and they said, "Oh, Yvonne, we had $95 million nationwide because every property is gonna suck up 50,000 to buy down the rate." So by the time we got in on Saturday, the 95,000 went to 65,000. And then Saturday morning, they started at 65,000. By the time noon came, it was down to 25,000. By the time it's like 1 o'clock, it was like 7,000. 7 million left. And then at 3, it was like 3 million left. And then by the time we showed up at 4, it was gone. Pete. Gone.
And that's like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so we were like, oh my
Fast
gosh,
paced.
they like the property, but what are they going to get the rate at, right? So we didn't know. And they were saying, well, we think it's going to be like either 4.5 to 4.99%. And that's exactly at the end was a 4.99% rate.
Yep.
And we're going to comment here from Rob, the mortgage guy.
Oh, okay.
New homes have a 1% tax rate and give you very little compared to a lot of resales. Go for a bigger lot with aged landscaping.
True.
It's good tip, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. That's the first thing that our lender said. Hey, the tax is going to be high. So the tax is going to be 1%. So your purchase price of, let's just round it to 470, right? So your tax would be about 4,700 around per year. So that's the difference. New builds, yes, you get everything, positive of the property. The taxes is higher. If you remember that Spring Valley home? The Spring Valley home, your taxes would be less than $2,000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's the give.
Landscaping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, the payment that they're having now is $3,100, including the 1%, tax.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For the property tax, it's accounted for in the mortgage. Above the HOA.
Is it already built? They're still waiting for.
No, it's already built.
It's ready to move in.
So this property is ready to move in. So they had a cancellation before. Pete, this is
the best ones to get.
Inventory.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? They staged the house, Pete. So crazy. I went in, saw the property. Pete, the number is 1088. That's a really good number. And then I went in and I was like, wow, this house is furniture in here? I was surprised.
They staged the standing inventory.
They
That's cool.
staged a standing inventory, which
The
means
fees right behind me is the stage.
Yeah, that means anytime that the builder stages a house, that means they want it sold.
We're motivated. Yeah. Where do they get that furniture from?
Oh, it's builder furniture. But the thing is, Pete, the main thing is we're getting all our closing costs paid. That community is only giving $5,000 for closing costs. But the builder gave us $10,700.
Wow.
All of
huge incentive.
Yeah. And I appreciate
you wait the resale and the new because
and the rate is still 4.99%, Pete.
Yes.
Under the regular rate of what, 6.5?
6.5, 6.6, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to, share you guys's stress. I hope you feel the stress come off.
The buyer journey.
A little bit. It feels good to have something chosen,
Yeah, have a solidified choice to move on with.
Yeah.
And see what we can do with that property.
Right. And now the journey begins to homeownership.
Is he crying?
You hear that?
Yeah, I can hear him. This is real life, guys. This is real.
That's right.
TV. Oh my gosh. No, but I mean, it was kind of stressful for you guys because you were like, rent, no rent, rent, buy, rent, buy. Oh, you know what I mean? It's tough. It really is not easy. And that's why I wanted you guys to share this so other people can can understand, what you go through, Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
down
it's
process.
definitely emotional.
hmm She told me, she goes, Pete, she goes, oh my gosh, Yvonne, this thing is emotional, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy too when you do a resale and then like the seller is emotional.
Oh, 100%. The sellers
Yeah.
are like, they don't want to give any money.
They don't.
They don't. They really don't. Yeah.
And some of them have to right now to buy down the rate to compete with these 4.99s from DR Horton or the 10,000 you said?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's tough. It's tough for them, actually.
Then you might have to worry about an inspection where some HVAC is about to go out or something and it's about to get summer. Just little things like that.
Yeah. But with a new home, you definitely will have warranties.
Get the warranty, yeah.
Yes.
Or that EXP warranty that extends it.
So, you know what? You guys are buying a brand new house from me. Guess what? Here's your gift. Are you ready for it? I'm going to give you a 3-year home warranty. Okay, so with a brand new home, you have a 1-year home warranty, as explained today, correct? Because it's, that's per the state law, and that's what the builder gives you. But with one, I'm going to give you 3 more years. So you will have a complete total of 4 years warranty.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're
Wow.
welcome. That's a surprise. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for coming on. We will see you soon.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Bye.
Nice.
Thanks for coming on, Shantara.
Thank you.
God, that's funny. They got a boa they're housing.
Yes. I gotta see a picture.
Man, that place will be like rat free. Not gonna be any
No.
rats that are gonna go to that
I mean,
place.
like-
I'd be afraid
I
too.
mean, like, I can't
If I was a
believe,
rat.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Thank you.
Did you see how busy this month of May is? Like all the events that are bringing the economy in here. It's crazy.
Well, so the month of May has
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo. It started with Cinco de Mayo,
Cinco
right?
de Mayo. Yeah, there's usually like a
And
big
then-
boxing fight.
Big party. Look at all this big party. It was EDC.
Yeah,
What is
EDC.
that? Umcha.
Yeah, the big firework thing for like 3 days in a row, 500,000
Right.
people. They're gonna do it like 2 weekends now. Break it up into
Pete,
2 weekends next
You
year.
know what? May just went so fast, Pete.
It just flew by.
I can't believe it. Now it's May 26th.
Yeah,
And we're ready for June.
yeah. Memorial came by, and
Pete,
Yeah,
let
we're
me
ready
tell
for
you, the
June.
Memorial Day weekend, I was telling you, I got a washer, dryer, refrigerator, and a microwave.
I thought you were shopping for a car with 0 interest. What
I
happened with
didn't get the car, but I
You didn't
got
get a
all
car?
the appliances for $2,500.
that? 500.
Yeah. 4 items.
Are they still doing that, or is it done?
I have no idea, but I saw the deal and I was like, I'm getting it right now.
It's the old house I'm in. I might get like a Sub-Zero fridge when I rent it.
Well, Memorial Day is the best time to get your appliances for sure.
Okay. It's good to
So
know.
double check on that. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have had so much going on in May.
Like
you
that
have-
BTS, that was like the last thing because it's already after Memorial, but they got like one or
Yeah.
2 shows left. And I just read an article in Review Journal how the Shanghai restaurant on Spring Mountain is getting like 60% like traffic.
Oh,
They haven't had that since
100%.
COVID.
Yeah, no, 100%. Pete, the last time BTS was here, the entire Chinatown was cleared. I mean, like you go to the stores, everything on the shelf was gone.
Were we talking restaurant or retail?
No retail.
Retail? Wow.
Yeah, you know how they have the Asian gift stores, and then they have the what do you call those things that people buy, like squishy toys and everything. It was
Yeah,
all
I remember
gone.
that.
Pete. The shelves were cleared. Everything is gone. I think BTS this time, it still has a very strong economic impact, but not as crazy as when they were first here.
Oh, when they were first here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is going on? What is next for June?
What's your upcoming event next week?
Yes. Do we have our guest?
I told Natalie, I sent her the link by accident a little late, the StreamYard link. Like, I thought I sent it to her earlier, but I still got the flyer up.
Okay. Okay. How did you share the link with Fernando?
It's the Tulum one.
Yeah. Let me send it to Fernando. Let's see.
We were actually at that hotel where they're having it, the Autonomous.
Yeah, the Otonomus. Correct.
Weren't we there like soft opening right when it opened before? And
it was really, really nice.
It's around Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's real futuristic. You knew one of the partners there for a long time.
Right. Yeah.
And apparently the Tulum organization is trying to sell their phase 2 of it. And they're marketing it to Vegas investors in Las Vegas.
Right. Let's see if Fernando is available. But anyway, let's talk about this. So basically, on June 5th, we're going to have an event at the Otonomus Hotel, which is basically on Russell and Decatur. Right?
This is basically for the brokers and realtors. It's not for the investors.
Right. They're having another event on June 6th, which is for investors. So, everybody loves to go, have a good time in Mexico. The place that you want to go to is basically this area. It's called the Maya Rivera of Mexico. So basically it is Cancun, Puerto Morelos. It's called Isla. It's like the island of the lady. I can't say it in Spanish correctly.
Islas Mujeres?
Yeah, Mujeres. Isla Mujeres. You got it. Good job. And then there's another island. What is it called? Like people go snorkeling there and scuba diving.
I don't know. I only know about those little EDM, little Tulum jungle parties in January.
No, and then Tulum is so let me just look this up, okay? So let's say Tulum. So I've actually been to Tulum, and I've been to the beach out there. It's gorgeous. Absolutely.
I was a kid, but I saw it. It all looked the same to me.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I'm surprised. So the state that they're in is called the Quintana Roo. Okay.
Yeah, same as Cancun.
Yeah,
kind of like Clark County, like Henderson and Las Vegas.
Right, and then the thing about this location is I love the cenotes, like the fresh water, like underground water. You can actually like swim in this beautiful blue lagoon. They call it, cenote azul, like the blue cenote. But the crazy thing is, I'm gonna tell you, when I first the place I was gonna tell you about, Pete, is called Playa del Carmen.
Oh, okay. I've been there once before.
The island is called Cozumel.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So like you fly in from Cancun, it's like one straight freeway. So my husband was driving the car, and then on the freeway there is a sign, Pete. It says, I don't know what something botes, and JJ was like, I don't know what that sign means because we don't speak Spanish, right? So guess what it is, Pete?
Wrong way?
No, it's not wrong way. Thank God it's not wrong way.
Like driving in London?
It was actually what do you call that? It's actually like speed bumps on the freeway.
Oh, that's what it meant.
Yeah. So they slow you down, right? But Cancun, so I really never been to Cancun. I just went like the first time I went, it was like we went to Puerto Morales. And it honestly reminds me of home because it's very like tropical. I'm from tropical country, you know what I mean? And like the vibes and everything was it just for me, it just felt like home. Like I just felt like it was beautiful. Yeah. So when you take that freeway, you literally go from Cancun because it's a straight freeway. So once you go to Cancun, you pass, the next one is going to be Puerto Morales. Then the next one is Playa del Carmen. And then you can take a boat from Playa del Carmen to Cozumel. Okay. So you can go there for the day. Like they have the speed boats. I can't remember, it's like $25 or something at that time. Then you keep going, and then at the end, you're going to hit Tulum. So let's talk about this Otonomus Hotel in Tulum. Like, if you like to go to Cancun, you might as well consider thinking about buying yourself a place in Tulum. Do you know how much the pricing starts at, Pete?
I thought it was like 175 US or
Yes, it's actually 175,000. You're right. And then the first 5 people who purchase at this hotel, you will get a $20,000 discount.
wow.
Yeah, $20,000 discount. And then basically, like, they have 2 phases, and basically phase 1 is already all sold out. I think phase 1 was like 183 properties, and then now they're building phase 2. And the thing is, just being, in the business, they've already had really good reviews. They're like top 5 properties in Tulum right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And as a owner, like, for example, let's say I was going to buy over there in Tulum, right?
Okay.
It's financeable, Pete. All I need to put in is just 30%. And the interest rate is around 9%. So if you want to buy a property in Mexico, it's possible. You put down 30%, and then they finance you at about approximately 9%.
Yeah, that's it's like 4-minute drive from the beach.
It is. So this
Not right
hotel, I mean, like, it's all about the lifestyle. Like out there, it's literally living in paradise. Pete, you would love it. You would
It
have
looks like the
nightlife,
Vegas one.
restaurants. I mean, like partying. That's how I see it. It's just really, really like it's beautiful. So
Look at that brand too. Is Autonomous also in other places other than Vegas in there?
yes. So Otonomus is actually in Vegas. I actually know one of the owners, like you said. This is their brainchild, right? So they are opening up in Dubai, and then they're also opening up, I heard, in Peru.
Peru, okay.
So they're opening up a couple places, but they already open in Maya Rivera, which is in Tulum.
Yeah, aggressive global expansion, like 40 additional global locations in development.
Yeah. So if anybody is interested about, getting a place in Mexico, I would definitely consider this particular hotel because you can put it into the Airbnb, and it would basically cover your expenses. And if you wanted to live there, the whole year, you're more than welcome to. There's no like restrictions.
That's cool.
Yeah, because usually investment properties, you might have a restriction, but this one you don't.
Okay.
So I was even thinking, oh my gosh, I think I should get my Mexican permanent residence.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what? It's not difficult for an American. You just need, a minimum income of $6,000 a month for the last 12 years. I mean, correction, last 12 months.
6,000 the last 12 months. That's it.
Yeah, and then I think you need to have something like 30,000 in the bank or something, and they will literally give you your permanent residence. I mean, like everybody's moving
straightforward.
somewhere these days.
Yeah.
Might as well be Mexico.
Yeah,
No?
some Americans are moving out, going to
Yeah.
Europe,
Uh-huh.
South America. Yeah, here.
Right? I mean, like honestly, a lot of people say, "Oh, Mexico's not safe," but I don't feel like this place is not safe. I feel like it's like a little bubble.
If it's not safe, then why are some of those Canadians moving to Mexico?
There are so many people that party out there, Pete. People fly in. I'll tell you, the most expensive months for Mexico is December,
Yeah,
January.
week 51. That's when I make a lot on that timeshare in Riviera Maya.
Oh, okay. You have a timeshare out there?
Mayan Riviera, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a 2-bedroom villa, ocean view, oceanfront. It's week 51 for a whole week.
How much?
Christmas. I think maintenance fee is normally like $13.50. I can rent it out usually for $3,800.
A week?
Double it, just for 1 week.
Wow. Yeah.
And I got some contract due like 2034 or 2036. So I told Mom, like, hey, the last year we should at least check this thing out for 1 year, because I think we only did a walkthrough of it before it would even open, and then we've just been renting it out the whole time and never stayed there.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. But honestly, I like when
I could do that. That's like an Airbnb. So
it's basically all
like
of it.
Living in this thing. Yeah, I know week 51 is the money in this thing we're talking.
So in this property, if you wanted to rent it out for this Tulum property, you can put it in the they have a rent, management.
Yeah.
They charge 20%.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, we got Fernando. It's from Tulum. Oh my gosh, I would love to be his age and have his income and have his lifestyle. Oh man,
I'm going there in January eventually.
That ship has sailed.
You're coming, yeah. I mean, you should come here. Like, this is available for everyone.
Yes, and Fernando, I was just telling our audience, about the properties that particularly this one, the Otonomus Hotel, that Americans can purchase it with 30% down. They can they can rent it out, and pay management 20%. It'll cover all their costs, and the interest rate is about 9%, right? Pricing starts at $175. If you're the first 5 to purchase, you have a 20% discount. $20,000 discount.
Yeah, and actually, I spoke with the developer, and we will have 3 studios at $149. So that's even a better deal. $149,000 for every vacation for you or your family. I think this is such a great deal. Some people spend $50,000 or more in a timeshare, and in a timeshare you don't own anything. You can use it a couple of weeks of the year, and that's it. Here you are having the use, you're having the rental income, you're having the appreciation, you're having the service. Like it's a full package actually. And you're right, like it's a hands-off deal. You don't need to be an expert in Airbnb. You don't need to deal with any tenant. You don't need to deal with any reservation, maintenance, cleaning. It's hands-off deal, and you're gonna use it whenever you want. It's your property, and then the rest of the year it will be producing income to your pocket.
So can you give us an idea? Let's say we're not using it, we purchase it. Do you recommend like a studio, a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom? Which one is the most popular to buy?
I mean, I will say to my client, you need to put on a balance. How many is gonna be investment and how many is gonna be personal use. If it's more inclined to the personal use, then I would ask the questions. Okay, do you have family? Do you have kids? Do you travel by yourself? So it depends on that. But I mean, if it's people that want to use it and maybe want to come with their families, like maybe once or twice a year, I would say a 2-bedroom is going to be better. And also it's going to be performing as well better for the rentals, because in Tulum market, there's a lot of studios right now. So I think it's ideal to go for a 2-bedroom, and you can use it for you and for your family. And then you can also rent it, and probably you're going to have better occupancy rate. So that's something to consider.
Actually, it sounds right, because when you only have like a studio, it's not enough for the family. And American people usually when they travel, they want to either, have the family, and they don't want to sleep in the same room, with the kids. You know what I mean? So it's like it makes sense, or when we travel, like, we kind of want our own little space. So I think the 2-bedroom makes sense. Yeah, and the 2-bedroom is starting at 269,000.
269, and at the event is gonna be 249. Yes.
Okay, 249. So
yeah,
compare, I want to compare. Okay, so if I'm gonna buy a property and we're buying at the Otonomus Hotel, and we're paying 200, let's say 249,000, because we're like the first one buying. I mean, in Tulum, because you are a real estate agent out there, what can you buy for the same price? Can you tell our audience?
Yeah, of course. So it's very important. Location is everything. So this project is actually one of the closest projects to the beach.
We
so
calculated 4 minutes. 4 minutes to the beach.
And you can see the ocean from the project. So it's literally, the location is amazing. So if we need to compare, we need to take on consideration the location, right? We're having ocean view, we're having walking distance to the ocean, the Caribbean Ocean. So that's something to consider. Basically, we have other projects that are in the same area, which are anywhere in between 250 to 350 for a 2-bedroom, same case. But the difference is that here we're gonna have the hotel services. It's literally all of the professional management, and we're gonna be there in Las Vegas. Like, they have already hotels, they have everything already set. So it's an actual hands-off deal, professionally managed, and in a great location. It's I think that's something to get into consideration, because with $250,000 you can probably buy even a house, but it's not gonna be in this location. It's gonna be further down into town.
Maybe like Morales or something.
Yeah, like somewhere not really by the ocean. So yeah, you can find something else. But here the location is very important because we are very close to the ocean, and that's what people want to experience.
Yeah, I was telling Pete, when I went to I went to Puerto Morelos, and coming down the freeway, because it's like straight freeway, right? So you go from Cancun to Puerto Morelos, then to Cozumel, and then all the way to Tulum, right? And like real estate, it's kind of weird because all the real estate on the left side is like expensive, because it's all oceanfront, and then on the right side it's all like inside, right? So you can literally tell the difference between the the expensive side and the non-expensive side.
Exactly. Yeah. People that are traveling, they want to be on the left side, on the ocean side, and it makes sense, of course.
We got a question. We got a question from Jay Garcia. Hot Mess Jay is his nickname. He says, how does buying an investment property like this in Mexico works? How do you get the income into dollars, and how does accounting for something like that work? He's like, question mark.
That's a great question. Yeah, of course. So the legal side of it in Mexico, especially in the beach area, there's something that is called the restricted zone. So basically, we need to own the property with a bank trust or with a Mexican corporation. But all of that is part of the closing process, and the lawyer will ensure that it's all soft and smoothly going. But it's nothing to concern. And in terms of the accountant and the taxes, so basically the developer will send you the money to wherever you are. If it's in US, if it's in Canada, if it's in Europe, wherever you are. And then once you have your money in your pocket, then you talk to your accountant and you do your taxes in your country. And the other idea is, if you want to have more like a business in Mexico, you can open a bank account in Mexico, have a financial and tax entity, tax number here, and then you do your taxes in Mexico. And if you bring your money back to the US, it's okay, because of the North America Free Trade Agreement, you are avoiding to pay double taxes. So if you pay already taxes in Mexico, you don't need to pay taxes in US. But that's up to you. You can ask the developer or the management to send you the money to wherever you are.
So Fernando, if I'm paying 9% in interest let's say, we do 30% down and then we buy a unit and then we're paying that special Mexican company that can lend us that money, let's say 9 to 11%. Is that also possible that we write that off? Because
The interest, yes, in Mexico you can write it off, but I mean, as a Mexican tax payer, I don't know. We will need to check also how it will work in US.
Okay.
Because if it's for example, this financing company that is from US, probably you can do it as well because you're paying dollars and you are paying the interest rate, the interest to a company in US. So I would say it's the same, but we will need to ask.
Okay, good to know. Cool. What is your favorite feature, in the hotel?
I mean, I love that they got you everything. Like literally, if you are just coming for vacation and you want to experience a yacht, for example, a boat party, they will have it for you. So it's a full 24/7 concierge service. If you want to go party, they will do it for you. If you want to go to the pyramids, for example, they will pick you up. It's literally a hands-off for the people that
I think I'm doing this in January.
What?
I'm sold.
Yes, everything.
What kind of food are we talking?
Pete, you remember how you said you have the extra money? There you go. You're gonna get the first $20,000
the investment.
Off. Yeah.
Global.
Yeah.
As long as I get the key, Pete. I'm just kidding.
I get the key.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I love that feature, and I love that it's actually very well located. And I mean, Tulum. I mean, you're coming here in January, but Tulum, it has a perfect balance between nature. If you want to party, there's places to go party, especially in January, because in January we have one of the biggest festivals, electronic festivals, even compared to Tomorrowland or something like that. It's people from everywhere in the world coming to Tulum. So especially at that time, it's like you have a lot of things to do. If you like party, there's a lot of party, but also if you like wellness, Tulum is known as the capital wellness of Latin America. So there's a lot of yoga people. Like if you want to do, I just came from a sound healing therapy. So it's all like that. Like you have a lot of wellness activities and you have party view ones. So it's like the best of both worlds.
We got more questions from Jay. Hummus Jay wants to know, would the hotel help you manage the property and handle things like cleaning? And also, can you roll a 1031 exchange into one of these? Oh, Jay, I'm telling you, the 1031 exchange is going to be hard because that is outside of the United States. But we'll let Fernando answer the first question.
Okay, yeah, for the first question, I know, I don't even know what's the 31, but you will explain me. So yeah, for the property management, yes, the hotel, you are owning a property and the hotel or the development is giving you a tool. So this property is operating on short-term rental. They're going to ensure all of the cleanings is good, the maintenance. They're going to run all of the properties in the Airbnb, Booking, VRBO, all of this website. So they're going to run the marketing. So you have an actual hands-off deal. And yes, you're not gonna pay them. They're gonna earn the 20% income. So whatever income the property is producing, they're gonna take a 20% for the management. So that way they do a good job, they're gonna get paid more, and you as an investor, you're gonna get, of course, the rest and way more money. So that's the way it works. Now tell me, what is the 1031? I don't know about that.
Oh no, so in the United States, if I have an investment property and I don't want to pay the tax of capital gains, then what happened is I can buy another property following their guidelines and basically buy the second property with the money from the first and not pay taxes on the first. Yes, that's a 1031 exchange.
Okay, that's good to know. 1031 exchange, that's good. We don't have that, but in Mexico, if you, for example, you buy a property right now, you buy it for, let's say, 150, and then in 5 years, you decide to sell it, let's say, for 250. So that $100,000, you can pay zero taxes when you sell, but the only thing is that you need to prove that that is your primary residence. We can just do it. It's very easy to become a Mexican resident. So if we can do it in a few months, actually in just a couple of months, we can have that set. And then you come to Mexico, you enjoy your property, you are now Mexican resident. And whenever you want to sell, You only need to prove that that's your residency with electricity bill, or you can have an ID, and that will get all of the capital gain tax off, so you don't pay anything.
What is the typical cost to sell? If, for example, I am buying in Mexico, and what is it like out here in the United States? You have to pay closing costs, you have to pay agent fees, right? And then like closing costs includes county tax, escrow, like title insurance. Does that apply in Mexico? What's the, like for us, like for example, it's very easy for us. We'll just say something like, oh, okay, if you're selling a property, if you pay, a commission of, let's say, 5 or somewhere between 5 and 8%, that's the commission. And then the actual closing cost is an additional 2%. So let's say, for easy math, let's say it costs us 10% to sell a property. How much does it cost in Mexico?
Okay, so if you are buying or if you are selling?
Selling. Let's do buy and sell, but let's start with the sell.
Okay, so if you're selling, basically, you will need to pay, yes, your agent fee, your commission, which the standard is 6%. So that's paid by the seller. That's the buyer is not paying anything of that. Actually, our services are free for the buyer. So I always tell my clients, like, you get advantage of that. This is for free. The one that is paying is the seller. And then the seller will need to pay also the capital gain tax if they have any. Basically, that's all they need to pay. There's no more involved.
How about there is no you don't you need a notario, or don't you need an attorney to write the paperwork? Or
yeah, so basically that's the closing cost. The closing cost, which is 8% approximately, that's all paid by the buyer. The seller only needs to provide their documents, like, hey, my property is free of any liens, it has no debt, it's all clear with the utilities. That's all they need to bring. They don't pay for anything else, but only their own documents and updated bills, basically, and the commission sale. That's all the seller needs to pay. And if they have any capital gains, they will need to pay a capital gain tax.
Okay, so you're saying that the seller pays commission and they prove that they have no liens, right? But then you're saying that the buyer pays no commission, but they pay the cost.
The closing cost is paid by the buyer.
Okay, we have another question from Jay. He goes, another one. I know you mentioned financing being available. Is that financing through Mexico or through the U.S.? Would U.S. credit scores work, or do you need a Mexican credit score?
Amazing question. Yes, we do have a financing available both in Mexico and in U.S. And also we have some developers giving seller financing. So there are 3 ways to do it. In terms of the Mexican institution, it's a Mexican institution or a Mexican bank that will lend to the US people or Canadian or whatever. But yes, you need to prove all of your credit score, your income from US. So everything is based on your currency, like in your market, wherever you are working or doing the business. So you prove that to the bank, and then they will approve you. And it's very, very easy to get approved. It's like 2 days, and you know exactly how much you can have. And the other thing that I recommend to my clients from US is if they have a house, a property, they can take equity out of that property and bring that equity as cash payment here to Mexico. And with that cash payment, we will do aggressive offers to the sellers. So there's multiple ways to finance. You don't need to bring cash only.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And okay, so as let's say if you're purchasing, is there any closing costs?
Yes, when you're purchasing, it's a little bit expensive. Actually, we are talking about 8%. So that 8%, that will cover 8%. Yes, 8% of the purchase price. So that will cover notary fees, lawyer fees, all of the documents that you will need to create. Because as a foreigner, you also, as I was mentioning, you need to create a bank trust, Mexican bank trust. So that's also included in the closing cost. And then you're gonna have like, basically notary fees, lawyer fees, all of the Nolian certificates. You need to make an appraisal. You need to pay. So it's all of that, but that will get to an 8% in total.
So on a like for the autonomous, let's say you're purchasing at one, let's say you're getting a good deal at 150. So 150 times 8% is what your closing cost is going to be?
Yes, 150 for 8%. You're gonna be paying approximately 12,000 in closing cost.
Yeah, in closing costs. And that closing costs, can we make an offer to ask the seller to pay for it?
I mean, it's usually the one that pays is the buyer. I mean, you can always ask them, but I think it's not a thing.
Different there, huh?
Yeah.
Fernando, the reason why I'm asking you this is because in the United States, it's very common when you're buying a property from a developer that the developer will give an incentive. And so, for example, my client just bought a property today from D.R. Horton, which is the nation's #1 builder. So in volume. So they were purchasing the price of about $470,000, and their closing cost is about 3%. And the builder is covering all of that 3%.
Okay.
So that's why the mindset of the American is like, hey, can we ask the seller to pay for it? Because that's very common for us.
No, and that's fair. And actually, yeah, now that you mentioned that, I remember there's some developers, but it's more like a marketing technique, like an incentive. Hey, come buy with us and we will cover the notary fees, which usually the notary will take like 3% of those closing costs. And then with the land transfer tax, then you pay for that. But it's common that the buyer pays for everything. But that's the cool thing. But yeah, I mean, we can always make it work. You have nothing to lose when writing an offer.
Right. So Jay is saying the incentive is the beach.
Of course. Yeah, that's the best incentive.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in your autonomous hotel, so you have concierge, you have one restaurant?
Yeah, we have restaurant.
How many? One or multiple?
We have one restaurant.
Okay.
Yes, we have the gym, we have pools, we have e-bikes. Also, we have the yoga room. We have what else we have? Yeah, I think that's also I mean, you talk about the concierge services. So even if you want a chauffeur or a driver to take you to the beach, that's gonna be also there.
But you do pay for ancillary services, correct?
Yeah, whatever you want to add, that's separate, but it's like all there.
Got it. Yeah, Jay is saying, what? The notarios get 3%? Man,
you want to do that down there, huh?
Yeah, but I think something to mention, like notaries here, it's not like in US. I know in US a notary is like nothing very serious, but here in Mexico, the notary is the maximum entity of legality. So whatever the notary says is the best.
Like a lawyer, like an abogado?
Yeah, like the notaries are lawyers by themselves. But in order for you to be a notary, you need to have granted the permit from the government to be notary, because there are very limited amounts like people that can be a notary. It's not like everyone. So yeah, it's a very, very powerful and a strict legal entity here in Mexico. So whatever is in front of the notary is like the best way to ensure that all is legal. So yeah, it's a very different from US. Here, the notary has more responsibility and has more power, definitely in terms of legalities.
All right.
Okay, so let's say we have a client and the client's gonna buy a property, so they have to pay, let's say $150 for a studio unit on the first 5, right? Plus 8% closing cost, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. And then, so what do they do? Do they put money into escrow, or do they send a check to the Otonomus Hotel? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, it could be both ways. I always recommend using an escrow for peace of mind. So yeah, you set an escrow, and then that will be paid according to the advance on the construction. You can also send. It's very common here in Mexico that they just send the money to the developer. It's not really, I think, the escrow, to be honest. I use it a lot because my clients are from US or Canada. But in Mexico, if you ask to an average real estate agent or an average investor, they might not even know what is an escrow. But yeah, I think the best way to structure it is with an escrow account in the US, and then you will be protected. So that's
in the US? Oh, so it's an escrow account in the US?
the US, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because also the seller is from US, so all the bank accounts is in US, so everything is US based. Also, even in the performing, once it's working and operating the project, everything, all of the payments will be paid in US.
Okay, so they put the money in. Let's say they open an escrow. They put their earnest deposit. How much is the earnest deposit?
It's only $5,000.
Okay, $5,000. And then from the $5,000, like, what is the steps to get, final and to the final? And what do you get? Is it a permanent lease for 99 years? Or is it a, what kind of title are you getting?
No, it's full ownership. Like, you are on the title, you have the full ownership rights. Like, this is your property, so you can live whenever you want there. You can rent it, you can sell it, you can pass it. It's your property, and it's always. There's no limit in time. The only thing is that in the title, you're gonna see that it's under your name, and that this has also through a bank trust, but everything is under your name and you have full ownership rights of the property. And that's at the closing cost. So talking about the process, for example, you put your earnest deposit, $5,000, which, by the way, is fully refundable. So we're gonna have this fully refundable for 15 days. And for the event that we're hosting in Las Vegas, we're gonna give away free trips and accommodation, so people come to see the property here, so they can stay in the
One of those
for free.
Yeah, January.
You don't need to wait until January, Pete. This is for free, and we're gonna pay for your stay. We're gonna pay for your flight. We're gonna give you that $20,000 discount. We're gonna pay you also a 5% return yearly on whatever money you put down. And we are also gonna give you 7 nights in any of the Otonomus hotels in the world. And all of this just for being part of the event. So you put the $5,000 deposit. You say, okay, let's see. I want to go to Mexico. You're gonna pay for all of these incentives just for putting the reservation the next weekend. And then once you have it, okay, then you go ahead. You pay your down payment, whatever structure you pick. We have from 20% down payment. And if you say, you know what, I want to put 50% down payment because I just have it there in my bank sitting doing nothing, we're going to pay you 5% yearly on that 50% that you paid. So that's also part of the event incentives, 5% on the money you put down. We're going to bring you down here so you can know the project. If you say, you know what, it's not for me, no problem. Here's your money back. We're still being friends. So, yeah.
And so you pay for the airfare, you pay for the hotel for a week or 3 days? What is it?
Yeah, we're offering 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
But if they want to stay longer, yeah, of course, we can do that.
I'm going to text my group. We're going to Tulum in January.
Yeah, so you put 5,000 down. You're not sure if you're buying, but then you are going to get a free trip for 3 days. You get the airfare paid. How many people can you bring? 2?
We're paying for one person. Yes.
One person. Okay, so one person gets the free trip and the 3 nights, right?
Yes.
Wow.
If more people are coming, both of them can put the deposit and they will have the free flight.
Okay.
Wow, that is crazy. Wow. Yeah, Jay, Jay's asking, Fernando, can you tell us about the penthouse options? And also, he wants to know, he said, just to recap, approximately $560K. Can you get into one of these? Oh, $60K. Can you get into one of these for $60K?
Yes. I mean, you only need 20% down. So if you want to buy, let's say, a 2-bedroom condo, which is $260, you will only need $52,000 as a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, it depends on the payment scheme because we have different payment plans. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can share my screen here so I can show this. I don't think so, but no, I think I can do it.
I'm not sure. We have to ask Athena.
Yeah, I can do it. I'm just going to share it very quick so I can share what are the payments plan because from a
Jay, you're gonna go to Tulum. I'm gonna go with you, Jay. Don't worry.
So yeah, definitely it's like that, and then I'm sharing here my screen. I believe it's sharing. So we have different payment plans. You can put a 20% down payment, and then you can have some installments during the construction as well, or you can say I'm putting 30% down and I'm paying everything else at the end. And you can use also the mortgage on that side. And yes, we have penthouse options. The penthouses are including a private rooftop pool, a private terrace, which is also having your barbecue. You are having a lot, and some of the penthouses are having ocean views as well. So yes, this is the phase one. The penthouses are having the bottom floor, where let's say it's a 2-bedroom on the bottom floor, and then you have your own terrace with the pool and with the barbecue area. And from these ones, you can see the ocean actually. So yes, there's penthouses available.
Cool.
Wow.
I think we should definitely go check it out, Pete.
This is a nice preview for what's coming on June 5th and 6th.
Yes. Yep. So I would say definitely come to our event, which is June 5th. And if
the real estate brokers,
right, and if you are interested in getting more details, come again on Saturday and
bring your investors June 6th.
Or if you're an investor and you are thinking about moving to Mexico, this is a great opportunity. Come June 6th. And what time is it, Fernando?
Yeah, so June 6th is going to be at 2 p.m. for investors, and June 5th, next Friday at 6 p.m. It's going to be for brokers and agents, and then Saturday for the brokers with their investors. So we're going to be doing the first business and partnerships together.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Fernando, for coming on.
My pleasure.
If you have time, I'll get you in touch with some promoters in Vegas if you want to check out some of the parties.
Yes, I would love to do that. I mean, I was in Vegas and like I was a baby, so I have never been in Vegas, literally.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you right. Put you in touch. All right, guys.
Thank you.
We kind of ran a little late, but thanks for coming on, and we will see you all next week.
Yes. And by the way, I'm going to go whitewater rafting for 2 days.
All right, get some content. You better wipe out of that thing.
I'm going to be so...
I wiped out of a class 5 rafting.
It's I think it's a 4 or 5. So if I survive, you'll see me next Tuesday.
Just remember, if you tip over, you just got to crawl underneath the raft. Everyone's got to flip it over one way. Not everyone ripping it from one side and one on the other.
I'm going to sit right in the middle. There's no tilting me.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you.